Hello and welcome to Me and My Golf TV and welcome to the Asprey. We're here on the 14th and it is time for the Impact Show. Piers, what's today's show all about?
Today is all about these things, the irons. Can we show you how to pure these irons? Andy, I think we can.
I think we can.
Let's take charge of your game.
Okay, so welcome to this week's Impact Show. This is where we answer questions on your golf swing to create more impact in your game.
Absolutely, guys. Don't forget to get involved. Go to the Instagram, the Facebook and the Twitter and post your questions on the topic. Good luck. Hashtag Impact Show.
Yes, so today's question actually is a multiple questions actually. We had a lot of people asking about actually striking their irons. You know, they really want to be able to get that nice pure strike with their irons, and we know that's a crucial part to play good golf, Piers, because it has a massive effect on actually just the consistency of actually reaching the target, doesn't it, as well?
Without doubt.
So we thought we'd bring to you today, talk to you about a very simple way, Piers, to go and train a really good strike, and a very easy way to understand as well, without getting too technical, wouldn't it, really?
Absolutely. There are lots of things that you can actually talk about as regards ball striking. And actually, we're doing a video series at the moment for meandmygolf.com, which is more in depth about it. But this is just something very simple. People often hit the ball. They know when they hit it bad, but they often hit the ball okay, but they think that's good. Yeah. Until eventually, sometimes when we get them on a lesson and they hit one and go, oh, I've never felt that before. Yeah. And suddenly it's something that felt out of the ordinary in a good way. So that's what we're going to show you, perhaps how we can achieve that.
Yeah, definitely. So it's US Open week this week as well, Chambers Bay. So these guys, the striking is going to be really important to be able to control the flight on the golf ball at this great links course. So, Piers, let's talk about first of all why people struggle with the contact, and what do we generally see in terms of why we get the poor contact with these golfers.
Okay, so the best thing to do when we're talking about this is to imagine that there's a circle. We're swinging on a circle. Okay. Now, what we generally see is the club head on this circle bottoms out before the golf ball. So we can see here the club head is bottoming out before the golf ball. So that basically means I can hit the ground before the ball, or I can hit it thin, or I can hit it very high. Even if I hit a good strike from this position, it's going to be a high shot more than often than not. So the bottom of the arc is happening before the golf ball.
Okay, where do we want it?
Not there. So we want to get that circle and we want to move it over here, okay? So from this position, from setup, all the way up to the top, down, we move the bottom of the arc past the golf ball. So now you can see that the circle, the bottom of the circle, is bottoming out after the golf ball. That is what we want. So that'll mean that you'll get the ball and then the turf.
Yeah, we've all seen these pros striking the golf ball. They're taking the divots after the shot, and the divot happens after the golf ball. This means the club head is descending onto the golf ball. So as Piers mentioned there, the bottom of the circle is happening after the golf ball. That's a great way to just think of it, isn't it? And something we talk a lot about, Piers, we don't tell our students to hit down on the golf ball. Although there is a downward hit on the golf ball with the club head, we don't tell them to. Yeah. We just get them to understand that actually the bottom of the circle is going to happen after. Yeah. So we have probably one of the best drills we've used, you know, without having to go in and think about lag or shaft position or weight shift. This is more of an external focus, Piers, isn't it, that allows people to just improve without thinking about too much.
Sure does, it sure does. So what you need to do is get some spray paint. Now, Mr. Downing here, the owner at the Asprey, is probably not going to be too impressed if we start spraying white lines all over his golf course. So luckily I've got this spray paint that disappears actually just after I've hit it. It's like the footballers maybe. So all you're looking for is a line. That wasn't me, that was the sound effects from the cam. So we want a line on the ground, okay? Now,
about an inch wide as well.
Yeah, about an inch wide. And what you're going to do is, first thing to do is place the golf balls that you're going to hit right in the middle of that line. Now, we always say to people to start with, before they hit shots, have practice swings and work really hard at making sure you contact the ground, but you contact the ground past the white line. So you can see as I'm doing this, Andy, I'm actually getting the bottom of the arc of my swing to happen after the white line.
I mean, Piers doesn't need to try and do this, and he's trying to do it now, and that bottom of the arc is happening way after the line. Yeah. And what you guys are going to find out when you do this, you know, no balls at the moment, but you're going to find that actually you'll hit the ground either before, on the line, maybe get it after, but it won't be that consistent to start with. And we're looking for that consistent bottom of the arc to be after the golf ball. And You know, it's a really good awareness thing. It brings the awareness in terms of what your golf swing is and how your contact is.
Definitely. So when you're set, take your setup. I mean, you can go with all mixture of shots, mini shots, whatever you want to do. But let's go with a full one here. So here we go, full shot. You can see, I mean, that felt superb. It felt really good contact. That white line, I've missed it.
You've missed the white line. It's interesting there. I mean, you've hit the ball followed by the turf. Not a massive divot, but you can see the turf is sort of, as came up after the shot there. So sometimes, you know, you can get that. You can get a deeper divot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's quite firm here at the moment.
Yeah.
But the key thing is actually hitting some shots, evaluating where the bottom of that arc is.
Yeah.
We do want to make a contact with the ground. We definitely want to make the contact with the ground. And that's really going to help you understand maybe where your bottom of the arc is.
Yeah.
And if it's before, then we need to do certain things to get it moving a bit more.
And it's exactly right what you said there about evaluating, making sure that you understand what your bad one is. And you will hit shots that actually, you'll hit a shot and you'll go, actually, that was quite a nice shot, and it might go towards your normal target. You'll look down at the ground and you'll see the grass has been hit before the white line. And you'll go, well, actually, how much more have I got in the tank if I were to not do that, to get it a little bit later? And that's that sort of eureka moment when someone goes, wow, now that felt very different to what we're doing. But basically, as Andy said there, use the white line to evaluate where you are, first of all. And then secondly, just put it down there all the time. You know, hit shots all the time off the white line and you will just get better. And you haven't got to use a spray paint. You can get, if you're on a range mat, again, you're not going to be perhaps flavour of the month at the range. Get some chalk, get some chalk and along the shaft, make a line. It works well.
Definitely. Okay, so I think a very important and a very simple way to understand what we're trying to do to achieve that pure strike with the irons, but even more so, a fantastic drill. And this is so good. We can't stress how good this is. If you do this, your striking will get better, and it's going to give you a lot of great feedback.
Okay, there you have it. Thank you so much for all the questions. We had lots of iron questions there. We couldn't go through them all. Give us the thumbs up if you enjoyed that video. Post your comments down below. Hit the subscribe button. And guys, don't forget, go and see part 2 on meandmygolf.com. Part 2 of the Impact Show. We're answering more of your questions.
Yes, definitely. And also don't forget, guys, we are doing a 20% discount off our hole-in-one membership, annual membership, meandmygolf.com. Click the link in the corner down here, and it's a great idea present for Father's Day
I can't
this
think
Sunday.
of one better. You got your dad one?
Yes, I've got my dad one as well.
Good.
Cheers, guys.